What are some underrated regional foods from the US that the rest of the world needs to know about? I'm talking food from the Midwest, Deep South, East Coast, West Coast, wherever. Apple cider donuts. Muffulettas. Everyone knows about gumbo and po' boys and jambalaya and tons of other New Orleans delicacies. But not everyone knows the glory of the muffuletta. I like to make biscuits with homemade sausage gravy for people that have never had it before. Jambalaya, a Louisiana treasure, perfectly embodies America's melting pot, combining Spanish and French influences. It's a spicy, hearty, and distinctly American dish that's surprisingly rare outside the U.S., yet deserves worldwide recognition for its unique flavors. Wisconsin cheese curds. Boudin. Iykyk. Pork roll. Egg and cheese on a hard roll with salt pepper ketchup. Eastern NC barbecue and sweet tea. I seriously don't understand why everyone doesn't have these when they know they exist. The Reuben. The most amazing sandwich ever assembled. It's a mashup of several different cultures, but is fully American at its core. I don't recall seeing one outside the US, but it might be popular elsewhere. I'm not really sure. Kolaches. Bonus points for the sausage, cheese, jalapeno variety. Garbage plate. Tri-tip is very popular in Central California and is delicious. I put sausage in my oatmeal and pour maple syrup on top. Pretty much anything from Louisiana is awesome. Sopapilla, a favorite in NM. Fluffernutters. New England. Chicago-style hot dogs, absolute delicacy. Nashville hot chicken. Hot face. Persimmon pudding. And pawpaws. South Texas. Like Corpus Christi to Brownsville. Breakfast tacos. Not underrated. In fact, well known there. But most people north of Texas have no clue what they're missing out on. They may in fact be my favorite food. The lower you get on this list, the more it becomes like rations era Britain. Scrapple. Green tomato cake with cream cheese icing if you're really indulging. Tastes like a lovely moist apple cake but with a little citrus added to it. It's what we do with all the green tomatoes in the garden when the first frost is coming. Vierox, Kansas. Fruit pie with slice of melted cheese on top. Jibarito from Chicago, Puerto Rico. Pasties from Michigan. Some regional staples from South Carolina like golden rice. Sea Island red peas and actual stone ground grits are pretty good and versatile. Green chili ice cream from New Mexico. Deep South. All of it. Biscuits and gravy and greens not together get special mention because they look gross but taste amazing. For a regional soda, cheerwine. It's a cherry soda that doesn't have any cola flavoring. A cheerwine float is life-changing. Fry bread. That shit is like crack. I was 40 years old when I moved to Seattle and learned that smoked salmon didn't have to mean slimy. Slices of lox. Hot smoked salmon is sublime and should be known everywhere. Californians adding avocado to literally everything is better than it sounds. Chili spaghetti, aka Cincinnati chili, skyline chili. Pork tenderloin sandwich, Indiana, Iowa. These can be as big as your face. Loose meat sandwich, Iowa. They are all called Maid-Rights even if they are from somewhere else. Fresh cheese curds, Wisconsin. By fresh, I mean made that morning. Packaged and sold before they are put in a refrigerator. Brats soaked in beer and onions, Wisconsin. Country ham and red-eye gravy with biscuits. Casey's breakfast pizza. Everyone I tell about it thinks it sounds disgusting, but it is very good. Not sure if breakfast pizza itself is regional, but Casey's is kinda Midwest-centered. Old Bay. It's a seasoning designed for MD seafood, but like we put it on everything. Wings. Fries. Vegetables. Heck, I seasoned my rice with it the other day, lol. Everything and anything soul food. Sonoran hot dogs from Arizona. But honestly, any regional hot dog is pretty slamming. I still don't understand why Italian beef isn't the most popular sandwich in America. Biscuits and gravy, particularly sausage gravy. Also, SOS shit on a shingle. My dad made gravy with chipped venison and poured it over toast. Thick peppered pastrami and Thousand Island sauce on a cheeseburger. I mean, there's all kinds of amazing burgers in America that I can't imagine you could find anywhere else. Pork green chili over a breakfast burrito. Fried fucking cornbread. Tex-Mex. Chow chow, it's a southern pickled relish. In Minnesota we got tater tot hot dish, and we also love wild rice soup, but I think that's more broadly enjoyed. Fried green tomatoes, Savannah red rice meatloaf. Charro beans. All those people out there eating inferior beans. Amish pretzels from Dutch country. As a French, I grew up with the preconception that food in the US was not so great. So when I went to New Mexico, let's just say I was blown away by the local cuisine. So good and creative. San Diego carne asada fries, California burrito. Boiled peanuts. Pork steaks. I learned that they're mostly a St. Louis thing. It's about all I grill. Breaded pork tenderloin sandwich. I guess it's thought of as an Indiana thing. But they were everywhere in central Illinois. Now I'm in the coastal South. And I haven't seen one in years. Aside from once at the fair a couple of years ago. That's a shame, they're delicious. Pastrami burger from Utah. Don't believe the Southern California propaganda. Pastrami burgers are a Utah thing. Pastrami burgers. I'm not sure if it's mostly a Utah thing. But oh my god. It may ruin other burgers for you. Smoked chicken with Alabama white barbecue sauce. Scrapple. Needed to sample some for research purposes. Got some with my breakfast in Richmond. And that shit is tasty. Casey's breakfast pizza. Anything from New Orleans gumbo, red beans and rice, étouffée. Green chili in NM. Every time I visit my parents in New Mexico, I eat as much local food as I can. I could honestly eat NM chili every night for a week and not get tired of it. New Mexico hatch green chilies. Like in New Mexico green chili stew or picadillo. Pepperoni rolls from West Virginia. A good broiled Maryland crab cake. Whole lump meat. Old Bay. Mustard. Worcestershire. Mayo. Chopped celery. Breadcrumbs, nothing more. Nothing less. Hand patted and broiled. Not fried. No bread coating. No deep frying. Shrimp and grits, originally from the low country of South Carolina and Georgia. Livermush from North Carolina. Bagels with various toppings is a thing in the U.S. Anything else outside of USA is a cheap imitation. Local greasy spoon cafes have their own identity and flavors that are a unique Americana. This is probably the most overlooked aspect of American culture. That even Americans overlook. Underrated by many but not all, deep dish pizza. Chilaquiles. If you ever make it to DC, go to Ben's Chili Bowl for a half smoke. Magical. Cheese curds. Navajo tacos. Toasted ravioli and gooey butter cake. Anything from Louisiana crawfish, gumbo, étouffée, muffulettas, po' boys, etc.